Welcome to Impiger Technology's Mobile Application Development Division. Impiger Technologies was founded in 2004 and has served as a technology partner for several Fortune 100 companies to small businesses across the globe. Since March 2008, though, with the advent of mobile technologies and Apple changing the face of how people use their smartphones, we have spent a good amount of time and resources in preparing ourselves for these challenges. In this presentation, not only will I cover what you need to keep in mind if you have an idea for an iPhone application, but also what process Impiger Technologies follows to make sure the development goes smoothly. Following that, I will do some analysis on the fixed price and the time and material model, what is revenue sharing model, and I'll show you some of our sample applications that we have developed recently. And last but not least, information on how to get in touch with us. So you've just thought up an idea for an iPhone application, and you've checked in the iPhone store and nothing like it exists, and you're so excited asking yourself, what's next? Now the first step that you would take to publish your application or the game at the App Store would be to register for a developer's account. Now at the Apple's website you can register for that for about $99. Otherwise you can get an enterprise license which would cost you $299. Once you've submitted your application, Apple takes about 1 to 3 weeks to approve it, so you should keep that in mind. Now let me go over the next few steps. Usually when you talk to a developer, freelancer, or company like ours, I would recommend getting a NDA signed which protects your idea. Usually after the NDA is signed, we get you an appointment where you speak with one of our senior developers or the architect where you discuss your idea, and we can tell you immediately in the call itself if the idea is feasible. During the appointment, we make some notes and get back to you with a comprehensive quote within the next 24 hours. This includes the number of hours, total price, and timeline. After that, the customer reviews the quote and either gives a go or a no-go for the project, and they present the statement of work, both parties sign, and then we start the project. A lot of times, people have questions on whether to go with the fixed price or the hourly rate, but there's really no right answer. We have the flexibility at Impiger for the customer to choose between the fixed price development or the time and material contract. Now as you can see, both have some advantages and disadvantages. The key difference though is when you have the key requirements nailed and a very close vision of what you would like to do, then we follow the fixed price model. Also with this fixed price model, we provide you with 4 weeks of support, bug fixes, and minor enhancements. On the other hand, you may want to go with the hourly rate or time and material cost contract. Once you have signed the contract, we again do a formal detailed requirement analysis which acts as a contract between the customer and the contractor. We also prepare a detailed design document with all of the use cases and the dependencies and send it to you for review. Along with that, our graphics team creates a few UI designs. It covers the splash screen, which is the first screen that comes up, different icons, and so on. A lot of times people have questions about how much it will cost to get an application and the payment terms. Now with us, the cost basically varies with the complexity and the app requirements, and also more graphics means higher cost. Another question that I get often is about revenue sharing. Now Apple takes 30%, so for example, if you get 100,000 hits on your application and say you're selling it for $299, so you have $300,000 and Apple only takes $90,000 out of that, and you get the remaining $210,000. Impiger takes 0% when most of our competitors take say 10% or 20%. So we would not take any percentage of the revenue if you pay us full price for the development. Next up, these are some of the sample applications that we have developed. There's iCuckoo, sing-along application, free calorie counter. Then on the next page, we have an application that basically finds the closest Starbucks based on your location. And there's also a My Bean Jar application which goes with all the games and is very popular. Then we have iFinder, TalkBack, Journal Diary, and I can't tell you a lot about these applications because we have some confidentiality agreements with some of the customers. Also, look for our new and upcoming apps, one of them being Video Editor, Beauty 911 by our former Miss USA. Then we have Pet Therapy, Amnesia Cures, Social Networking Search, Team Genie, and many more. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that you may need to decide which platform or mobile phone to go for. iPhone may not always be the best choice. iPhone has a lot of restrictions on what you can and cannot do, so if you want an application that can do a lot more, meaning run in the background, send some notifications back and forth, basically you would have a lot more flexibility with Android and even with BlackBerry. So we do a lot of BlackBerry, Android, Palm Pre, and other Java-based phones as well. So we get a requirement and quote it to different platforms and mobile phones. It starts with an iPhone application, then goes to all the different types of phones, because of the success and vice versa with the other phones. Lastly, if you would like to contact us, you can call Arvind at 469-742-1095, or you can contact myself, Erica, or Anoop at 972-827-8463. You can also email us at sales@impigertech.com. And if you're ever in the area, drop by and see us. Our address is 1130 Arapahoe Road, Suite 590, Richardson 75081. Thanks for your time, and we hope to hear from you soon.